Very, very, very good evening, everybody. Welcome along to Hedge Racing League. We are here for Season 5, round number 12 of 14. There's just 2 weeks to go in the season, the third final race, and we are here on the streets of Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the fourth instalment of this Grand Prix in the 5 seasons of Hedge Racing. Apologies, it's a bit of a late start to Q1 in terms of the commentary, but I'll try and bring you up to speed now as we progress through Q1. Good evening to everybody in the stream. Let me know if you're in the chat. Good hello. Good evening. Hope everyone's well. I'm on my own tonight. No Matt Rowney and my good friend Matt on track, as you can see, just pulled into the pits in the reserve of the Alpine tonight for his Hedge Racing League debut. Interesting one. But Matt Rowney, a fellow commentator, been here with me all season, providing fantastic commentary. But he's in a car tonight. He's making his on-track debut in this league in the Alpine, so we'll see how he gets on. A lot of these boys, including myself, are racing on this circuit in less than 24 hours' time in Cone Racing League. So a good opportunity for the likes of Matt, Bailiff, etc. to get some well-needed practice before the big race tomorrow night in Cone. But, you know, I'm not able to do that, unfortunately. I'll have to wing it tomorrow night and hopefully I can come close to scoring some big points on the wheel like last week in Imola. That, as a lot of you know, ended in heartbreak, but hopefully tomorrow can be the night. But anyway, back to this league for now. 10 minutes to go in Q1, I can already see quite a lot has happened. Good to see that we've got a full grid for this race. But I've noticed that PO and Freefall have both DNF'd, and ESW, Mr. ESWJR, has DSQ'd. He has just commented in the stream telling me that he's been DSQ'd, but he will be starting literally dead last. So already 3 of our drivers are out of qualifying. We're not even putting a lap together as we are on board with DC approaching and going through that very tricky castle section. We'll bring you up to speed with the driver standings, the constructor standings, where we are at in terms of the championship, and a little bit of background on Baku in this league as we progress through the full qualifying session as Nathan retires. Is that in the pits? It looks like it is in the pits. I had a panic then for him. Nathan in a title battle at the moment with your own. We'll go through that a little bit later on, but I thought it might have been in the on track, but it's in the pits, and of course with already 3 drivers being out, it means that his place in Q2 is pretty much all but confirmed. One of the drivers that hasn't got a place in Q2 confirmed yet is the Mercedes of CRL Fandango. A superb commentator, may I add. He's flying through Sector 2, hoping to put his Mercedes into Q2. His teammate Bailiff currently sat 12th, so the Mercedes boys not comfortable at the moment. They're not comfortable in real life, are they, at the moment either, with the Lewis Hamilton game. Was it 14th today? 13th, 14th? Not having a good season, Mercedes, but looking to put it right tonight on the game in Edge Racing League. Let's see if Fandango can put himself comfortably into a Q2 place. Apologies if I sound a bit funny. I am a bit under the weather at the moment. Got a bad cold. Not feeling too well, so do bear with me. Good evening to Jacob. Hope you're well, my friend. Let's see then Fandango can cross the line and put himself comfortably into that top 15. He's about to cross the line, and did he cross the line already? He must have done. Did he even set a lap? Oh, God knows. Good evening to PO, who's unfortunately not in the race anymore. He's currently out. I don't know what happened to him. I missed it, but good evening, PO. I believe in you tonight, mate. Big points tonight. But looks like Fandango's going to try and set another lap. Now, there's still 8 minutes to go in Q1, so plenty of time for these drivers to get a lap in. And as I've said already, with 3 drivers already being out of the session, makes it a little bit easier for these boys to put themselves into that top 15. Only 2 will drop out. Oh, sorry, only 3. 3 drop out or 2? Yeah, it'll be 3, won't it? They'll drop out for the moment. So we will see how they get on. Matt's put, hello, Hedgy Poo, miss you. You don't miss that much, mate, because you'd be here if you miss me. J. Luke retires, also in the pits. Good evening to Hobbsy. Hobbsy loves it in the chat. He's always here, isn't he? Hobbsy. It's his night tonight, Hobbsy. He's not won a race this season yet. He's one of our previous winners in Baku, though. He has won here before in this league, so maybe tonight could be the night for Hobbsy. But it is a circuit of fine margins, that is for sure. There's no room for error on this circuit as DC also retires in the pit, so a lot of the boys are clearly comfortable now in Q1. There's still quite a long time to go in Q1, over 7 minutes, as we see if Fandango can put himself comfortably up there with the likes of Nathan, J. Luke and DC. We'll go through the reserve drivers as well, because there's quite a number of reserve drivers on the grid tonight, but as always, great to see a full grid for this race, especially on a track like Baku. Like I said, it's a crazy circuit where there's no room for error. Can Fandango jump up from his current spot of P14? He's about to cross the line and doesn't jump up. He stays where he is. He does improve his time, but he's still just about slower than his teammate Bailey. So Fandango at the moment on the cusp of elimination. What about the Williams of AFL, should I say? And Swinney is retired. That is also in the pit. So let's keep on board then with the Williams and that bright helmet of AFL as he is about to enter the final sector of the circuit and put his car alongside Nathan of the Williams double into Q2. 10 people in the stream, thank you so much for your support as always. It does mean a lot to me here on the channel. Good to be streaming again. It's been a while since I streamed. Normally Matt streams now. I'm always posh, you know. Posh stuff. I ain't got any of that, so I do apologise. I'm not as posh as Matt, but I'll do my best. 6 minutes to go in Q1. Can AFL, looking at his time, improve? He does get a blip on the ball, but it is currently slower than that of Mr. Fandango. So AFL on the cusp at the moment. We'll go through all the standings etc. as Q1 comes to an end, but we'll just keep an eye on a couple. Jack Bowie in the set a lap, but I know that he likes leaving it late. Jack, and just he's about to come out of the pits now, so here he is now coming out of the pits. He does like to leave it late, Mr. Bowie, but he will not want to be going out in Q1. He's more than capable of going to the latter stages of qualifying. That is for sure. There's about 6 minutes left of Q1, and Jack Bowie on an out lap. He'll be looking to cruise that McLaren into Q2. Anybody else on a lap at the moment? Let's have a quick look. Doesn't look like it. A lot of them in the garage, especially the ones on the front. So we'll keep an eye on Jack Bowie. Then it looks like Jay Bulls and Matt Rowney. Let's keep an eye on Matt Rowney then. Normally here commentating with me, but tonight making his Hedge Racing League debut on track. The first time ever that Matt has raced in this league. So he's ditched Mr. Race. He best put in a good performance now and score some points for the Alpine team. That's all I'm saying. If he's DNS, I'm not going to be happy. The fact he's ditched. We're going to Mazzles in the chat. I hope you well, mate. Let's keep on then with the McLaren, the Alpine. The reserve of Mr. Matt Rowney, as I said, making his Hedge Racing League on-track debut tonight. Was a little bit wide at turn 1. His best lap so far sits at a 1:40.7, currently 13 on the chart. Rounds the second corner, flying down that first DRS straight towards the left-hand corner. Here he comes then. Number 8, driver number 8, Matt Rowney. I know he's already been talking about a big racing counter. Him and Bailiff are fighting it out at the top for the Cone Racing League Tier 4 Championship. Looking to take my crown off me, of course, and I know he's a little bit worried about tomorrow. He's dying to get the practice in tonight, so he better not disappoint tonight. That's all I'm saying. He has set a purple sector, of course. That doesn't necessarily mean he set the fastest first sector. It just means that he's well in the mix. Obviously, he's 5 tenths up, so he's picking up a bit of pace here, Matt, on his second run as he approaches a very difficult, one of the hardest sectors on the F1 calendar, the castle section here in Baku. Navigates it very, very nicely though as he flies down towards the final sector of that beautiful, clear, sunny skies here in Baku. I've been told by the drivers that we're expecting a dry race all the way through tonight. So, does he clip the corner there? I think he may have clipped the corner, Matt, there. Has he got any visible damage? Possibly not, but I'm just wondering if that has cost him. I think it may have done, you know, although it's no visible damage, I think it could be damage that could definitely affect him as he flies through the third sector. Let's see then, does he improve his time, or has that damage affected his lap as he flies towards the finish line? His DRS will be enabled. See, the back wing of the Alpine is open. He's currently set at 1:40.7. Can he improve, Matt Rowney? I think he will do. He will. He'll jump all the way up to 10th. So Matt Rowney showing his pace. But look at Bailiff in 8th. So Bailiff at the moment a little bit quicker than you, Matt. So you better get your foot down on that pedal, young man, because at the moment your big Cone Racing League rival's got the better of you here as he Haas off towards sector. That is Jay Wills, I think. Any damage on the Haas? Doesn't look like it, so maybe he was just stepping off, and maybe had a bit of a wobble, who knows what. No, but he's another one that's not necessarily towards the front and will not be improving on this particular lap, that is for sure. As we approach the final moments of this first qualifying session here in Baku, just 2 minutes and 40 seconds left on the clock as Jay Wills is about to start a lap. Liam retires in the pit from the reserve driver, looking very quick so far at the top in Q1. Jay Wills knows he's on the cusp at the moment, as is Fandango, as is AFL, as is Bowie. Here comes Bowie then, on his lap. Notice he left it late. Will it pay off though? He'll go up to 11th. To be fair, it should be more than comfortable now to put Mr. Bowie into Q2 in that lovely looking orange McLaren. Hobbsy about to get underway on a lap. I think Hobbsy will agree with me in saying this. He's an ever-present in this league. He's been here since season 1. He's currently the longest serving driver on the grid. He's an ever-present. But I think he'll agree with me in saying this. It's probably been his worst season. And I don't mean that by any disrespect. I know Hobbsy will probably agree with me here. In all 5 seasons, looking at the points he has scored, it's probably been his most difficult and most underwhelming season, Hobbsy, so far. However, he's at absolutely flying in Cone Racing League Tier 2. I commentate him every Thursday in Cone, and he's right in the mix at the top of Tier 2 in Cone, so not quite sure what's happened to his Hedge Racing League form. He's a championship runner-up in this league previously, so not quite sure what happened as KXI looks to have retired. That looks like he's also in the pits. So obviously you'll probably agree with me in saying that. Out of the 5 seasons in this league, it's probably been his worst, but there is enough time with three races to go, score some serious points, climb the ladder, and end the season on a high, and maybe, just maybe, get on the podium, maybe even score a win. He has won here, as mentioned in the past, in previous races in this league. There's a Mercedes up as well, just in front of Hobbsy. I wonder if that will affect his lap. He's the one that very nearly clipped the corner. It's a nasty corner, that. We've seen already a couple. Matt Rowney hit that one before as well. As Hobbsy's the purple sector, looking pretty nippy here in the Alfa here. He's got a good teammate tonight as well. Alex Dobson not here tonight, the reserve of Mark. We all know how quick Mark is. That's pole position, maybe. He's currently second, so he'll be hoping to score some big points alongside Hobbsy in the Alfa here. But Hobbsy's currently 12th with a 140.6. It's fine margins on this circuit. Can Hobbsy improve? I think he will improve. He'll improve by about 5 tenths and jump up to a very solid P8. So well done, Mr. Hobbsy. At the moment, then AFL's going to be out. He just started lap though, so he's going to be his last chance saloon for AFL. Fandango also on a lap. He's got one more chance. J Wills at the moment edging through, but as it stands, Fandango and AFL will join PO, Freefall and ESW JR as our Q1. What's the word I'm looking for? Q1 eliminations, if you like. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. I'm waffling absolute trite right now, but the time is up, so there'll be no more new laps, if you like, but like to Fandango, we'll be hoping that this lap will get him in to that top 15 and in to Q2. His teammate Bailey's in 9th at the moment, a very respectable lap for casualties. Thank you, P.O. Oh, yeah, Fandango! Prime Charles Leclerc! Not the same wall, but the same sector of the track, and AFL, wonder if he'll have got impacted from that. But Fandango is out there now. I just wonder, has that affected AFL's lap? Our first crash of the night that I've seen on stream, and it's a big one, and it's the Mercedes of Fandango who crunches into the wall, and that wheel is off. See you later. And Pio puts Fandango. Ha! Pio, I love that, mate. What a legend. But yeah, Danny's out. AFL at the moment's going to be joining him, but he has kept the car on track. But I just wonder how that incident in the castle section has affected AFL. We will see as he approaches the checkered flag. He's going to be the last, well, not to set a lap, but to try and seal his plate. Now he's good friends with J Mills. Well, can he knock J Mills out? He will knock J Mills out, and J Mills is his checkered flag. He's gone. So AFL and J Mills are only good friends, but AFL has just dumped his mate out of Q1. AFL's into Q2, which I'm sure will please his teammate Nathan, and the Haas of J Mills, by the skin of his teeth, literally by the skin of his teeth, will not progress into Q2, and his qualifying is over. So AFL's binned his teammate off. Love that. Or not his teammate, his mate, should I say. So it'll be J Mills, Fandango, PO, Freefall, and ESW, the likes of AFL and Murphy and Matt Rowney, to be fair, just about squirming their way into Q2. But it was certainly an eventful first qualifying session that will come to an end any moment now. But J Mills, there's nothing he can do about it. He's out. Literally, Murphy's just picked him there. Let's do some education and look at the standings and whatnot. So first of all, let's quickly go through the reserves for tonight. As always, the reserve drivers can score points for themselves and also the constructor that they are representing, of course. 10 people in the stream, thank you so much for your love and support. It doesn't mean the world. So there's Q1 for you. The reserve of Liam, who's raced a couple of races this season, just about edging the other reserve of Mark. Nathan, you're on in that championship battle, looking very close as well. J-Luke KXI, who's definitely improved on the wheel as the season's gone on. Bowie, DC, Hobbsy, Mazzles, Bailiff, Swinney, Matt Rowney, AFL, and Murphy all through Jables by the skin of his teeth. Eliminated. Fandango, of course, who hit the wall in the castle section, and PO, Freefall, and ESWJR didn't even set a lap time. They are your, as PO said, what was the word he said? I can't remember what the word he said was now. I can't remember what he said, but they are your 5 drivers that will not be in Q2. So quickly go through the reserve driver list for this evening. Liam Craig, who's doing a very good job in Q1, top of the standings in Q1, will be in the Red Bull replacing Mr. AJ Wuhan. GRESW in the Alpine replacing Little Wan. Matt Rowney in the Alpine replacing Jack Bowley, so Alpine with 2 reserve drivers in their seats tonight. Mark in the Alfa Romeo, as I've already mentioned, replacing Alex Dobson. Swinney, who's done a very good job, a race winner this season, of course, in Austria, in the Haas tonight, replacing Mr. Viper's Ken. And Murphy making his Hedge Racing League debut to go, the legend that is CRL_Murphy. Also, like Matt Rowney, racing in this league for the very first time tonight, so welcome to Murphy. And he's in Q2. He's got a very good team. He's top of the constructor standings, Murphy, tonight, alongside your Owen in the Aston Martin. He's replacing Riordan. Riordan on course to win the constructor's title, despite not being here very often. Typical Riordan, but there are your reserve drivers for the evening. Someone can let me know very quickly before I carry on that the stream is looking and sounding okay. That would be very much appreciated. This could be it. This is where it starts to get juicy. Good evening to Greg, the legend himself, Greg's Game Centre. Evening, my friend. Hope you're looking forward to racing with you tomorrow, Greggy boy, in Baku. This is for me where the qualifying gets very tasty and very interesting, because you're into Q2. It's always that strategy call. Do you opt for the soft, so you try and get through on the medium tyre and start the race on the mediums? Now, what I do know about the soft tyres, they don't last very long on this circuit. They get minced very quickly. So a lot of the boys will try and get on the mediums, or maybe even the hards, if you don't start inside that top 10, and go for that longest stint on them tyres. So it'd be interesting to see how many of these boys try and push on the mediums and get through on the mediums, but of course that's easier said than done on this circuit. It's not easy at all. Jay Luke, is taking it very carefully through this castle sector on his out lap. He's going to be the first driver to get underway on his lap, and you see the majority of it are already out on the lap. Only Hobbsy, Nathan, KXI, ASL and Murphy are currently in the pits. Again, if somebody can let me know on the stream that it's all okay, that'd be superb. Thank you very much. Good evening to my girlfriend as well, Mrs. Hedge, who's also in the chat tonight. Hope you're all well in the chat. Right, 30 minutes on Q2, bit of fast facts about Baku. So, why not? So, in the 4 races in Baku, there's only been 4 races because they've only introduced in 2017. There's been 4 different winners, never been a repeat winner in Baku, which also follows the Hedge Racing League. There's been 3 races here previously, never been a repeat winner here either. There's been wins for, give me a second, Season 1 we didn't race here. Season 2 was won by Hobbsy. Season 3 was won by Viper's Ken. Viper's Ken won here in Season 3, and what was the 50th anniversary race here in Edge Racing League. And the most recent winner here was last season in Season 4, when it was won by the man that I am currently on board with, Mr. J. Luke. So 3 races there in the past, 3 different winners. Will we get a 4th different winner tonight, or will J. Luke or Hobbsy get their first wins of the season? That will be decided as the night progresses. As for the calendar, of course, we were meant to race in Spain last week, but that got cancelled. So the calendar and the remaining races are as follows. We are, of course, here tonight for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We then go to Netherlands next week. Could the title be won in Netherlands for Euro? And as J. Luke has a moment now, which I think will probably cost his lap through Castle section. We are in the Netherlands next week. Then we go to Spain in Barcelona for the final race of the season in 2 weeks' time. But the penultimate race next week in Netherlands could be huge. I'm out of breath. I'm shattered. We'll go through the standings in a little bit of a moment. But as mentioned, no repeat winners in Hedge Racing League in Baku, and also in real life. There's been 2 wins for Mercedes and 2 wins here for Red Bull in real life, with Sergio Perez being the most recent winner here last season when Vettel and Gasly got on the podium. Remember, Verstappen was leading that race, had a crash just about where J. Luke is now, and Hamilton, of course, on the safety car restart flew off at turn 1, was nowhere to be seen, and it was Perez who brought the win home for Red Bull last time out. If someone again could let me know the stream's okay, that'll be fantastic. So the 4 previous winners in real life: Ricciardo, Hamilton, Bottas and Perez. There was no race here in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's also a famous city is Baku, not just for the F1, but it was a hello Siri, hope you well. Baku is a famous city not just for F1 but also for football. It hosted the 2019 Europa League final between Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea winning on the night by 4-1. Eden Hazard's last game for the club, of course, and it was also a city and a host venue during Euro 2020, or of course Euro 2021 if you want to call it that. Last year, the likes of Wales played matches in Baku. It's a very famous city for sports, again, not just for football, but for F1, of course, as well. Hosting many sporting events over the last few years. And it's also put its name forward to be a Champions League final host as well in the next few years. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to see, but I'm sure that it probably will be. I'd say it's hosted many finals before, including the Europa League one, so possibly. So there's a little bit of background on Baku, if you like. With the circuit being very, very close to the main promenade of the Caspian Sea, and it is located right in the centre of Baku, which makes sense because it is a street circuit. Obviously, these roads are normally used for day-to-day traffic when it's not used for racing, which seems so hard to believe, doesn't it? That these roads are normally used by the public, as J-Luke gets very close there to an Alpine of Matt Rowney. Matt causing trouble again, who'd have thought it, eh? And of course, Baku is the second longest circuit on the Formula 1 calendar after Spa. Where, of course, we started our season this season, didn't we? Back in Spa, season 5. It was a long time ago now. There was 10 DNFs in Spa. We are yet to top that, but, in Baku, you've got a chance of topping that, haven't you? Not that I want people to DNF, but on a track like Baku, you've always got a chance of breaking 10 DNFs. But we will see is on board then one of the reserves, one of the quick boys, Mr. Mark, who goes once again, can't seem to top Liam, but you can see a couple of the boys at the front already opting for that medium tyre. Liam, Mark, DC, and J. Luke. And in the 5 previous races held in Baku in real life, only Nico Rosberg and Valtteri Bottas are the only pole sitters who have gone on to win the Grand Prix. Bit of education for you there. And if you and also, don't just think you've got to start poles tonight, because in real life, on a couple of occasions, the driver that has started either 6th or 8th have gone on to get a podium. So I know AFL loves a P8. Maybe P8 or P6 could be a lucky place. Speaking of 8, number 88 is Mark. He's currently sat second. Let's have a look at someone who's not established yet. The man fighting your own for the championship, Mr. Nathan. Keep on board with him. And one more fact while we're at it. The 2021 Azerbaijan Grand Prix, as mentioned, Perez, Vettel and Gasly. It was the first and only time to date that a Mexican, a German and a French driver have shared a podium in an F1 race. Facts with head, Jay. Right, let's get on to last week's... Whoa! Was that a Mario Kart banana on the track and nearly killed Nathan? I reckon your own's planted that before the race. Luckily, he saved it. That could have been very messy there for the man who's currently sat second in the championship. Of course, no race last week in Spain. It got cancelled or postponed, if you like. So the most previous race was in Austria 2 weeks ago. It was an absolute chaotic race in Austria, of course. It was a sprint race that was won by Mr. ESWJR. He made himself the winner and joined the illustrious list of race winners here in the history of Hedge Racing League. It was Swinney, of course, who got second on the night in the McLaren. He's currently racing in the Haas now, looking to score points for them. He got his first win, of course, winning the sprint race and then going on to finish second in the feature race. Nathan goes quickest on the softs, but of course had that little bit of a moment, didn't he, through the castle section. Here is his big rival and the current championship leader, looking to make it three different champions in the 5 seasons of Edge Racing League. Season 1 and Season 2 won by Jay Law, Season 3 and 4 won by Vipers Ken. Owen looking to make himself a champion in his first full season here in this league. But he has DNF the past 2 races in Canada and Austria. He finished every race prior to them two, but in rounds 10 and 11 he didn't score any points. He DNF'd both races, so that's given Nathan an opportunity to really close the gap on him, which he has. KXI looks to have lost it through the castle section, and he's out of qualifying without setting a lap, so a real shame there for KXI. There is a car going towards him. Who was that then? It was Nathan. Let's see if we can get a bit of a view of KXI, who has gone in the Charles Leclerc corner. Oh, it's not, it's just after, isn't it? But luckily no one on a lap there. Nathan I don't think on a lap himself, which is fortunate he has now been cleared as Giro and does jump Nathan to go the quickest. So, results from the last round in Austria, ESW, Swinney and Nathan were your podiums. Nathan scoring 15 points on the night to close that gap to Giro winning the championship. DC and Mazzles getting 4th and 5th respectively for Ferrari. A real strong team, these two this year. Once again looking very strong tonight. DC currently 5th in Q2, Mazzles currently 7th. A little one, KXI, Bowie, Hobbsy and Mark completed the points in Austria, with AFL, Vipers, Bailiff and Aussie RL all finishing the race but sadly not scoring points. Freefall, Jables, Christopher, Fandango, Yod and Riordan all DNF'd on the night. As for the driver standings, of course, they are as follows. Jeroen currently sits at the top with 188 championship points at a 30... My maths is awful. I'm going to say 31 point gap to Nathan. It's not, it's a 29 point gap to Nathan. So Jeroen sitting at the top. I didn't pass maths, by the way, so don't be surprised. Nathan currently sits 29 points behind Jeroen. Jeroen on 188 at the top. Nathan on 159. Now, I did do a bit of maths, and I know that's scary as Nathan and Jeroen and Mark. I know they're good friends, but having a bit of a strange one there. Playing leapfrog, the two of them. So Jeroen currently sits 29 points clear of Nathan. So the title, technically speaking, can be all but won tonight, depending on what happens, of course. Nathan's still in the mix, the last two races, scoring solid points, mixed with the fact that Jeroen scored no points in the last two races. Jeroen hoping to end that little bit of a bad run this evening. But Jeroen does currently sit on 188 points, Nathan on 159. The gap, as mentioned, is 29 points. Now, if you don't include tonight, the maximum points that can be scored... If you give me a second, I'll work this out, because again, my maths... I need Matt Rowney for this. I need Matt. He's my sidekick, isn't he? Is Matt. It's what he does best. That's what I need him for. As Murphy's at the purple sector in the Aston Martin. Go on, Murph. I need Matt. Where's Matt when you need him? Give me 2 seconds, I'll work it out. I'll keep you on board with Murphy while I work it out. So, the maximum points that can be scored after tonight are 58. That is if you was to literally claim every accolade and win both races. If you was to win both races, get driver of the day twice, get 2 fastest laps, and get both pole positions, you would score 58 points, of course. That is it's a near impossible task, but it's not out of the question, of course. So the maximum points scored after tonight is 58, as Murphy goes 7th fastest. He only just wormed his way into Q2, but I tell you something, at the moment he's looking very confident and very comfortable in terms of a Q3 place. The same can't be said about Matt Rowney. So just to confirm, the championship cannot be officially won tonight. The maximum points that Jeroen can score this evening is 24. That's obviously... Oh, sorry, no, it's not. I'll get my maths. Oh my god. Please ignore my maths. I'm not... No, my maths is awful. The maximum points scored tonight from Europe can be 29. Should I say? That's, of course, a race win, a pole position. My maths is awful. A driver of the day award, and a fastest lap. So let's say if Jeroen scored 29 points tonight, and Nathan scored none, which again is very unlikely, but it can happen. Then, give me a sec. I need Matt. Where is Matt Rowan? It's a shambles, isn't it? Yeah, we do education, but we don't do maths with Hedge. Bowie's just put in the chat, not enough time to go on the soft, so a nervous wait to see if he progresses into Q3. That bottle job, Bowie, maybe? I hope not, for his sake. I hope not for Bowie's sake, put it that way. So, just to confirm once more, the championship cannot be decided tonight, but your own can get very, very close and can potentially claim it, as there's a car facing towards the track. And is that AFL? It is AFL, not sure what happened there. Jeroen cannot officially win the championship tonight, but he can get pretty much bob on, pretty much, one hand on the title, and maybe, just maybe, win it next week in the penultimate race in his home Grand Prix in the Netherlands. However, on the flip side, a Euro and DNF tonight, and Nathan win. We'll close the gap to potentially 4 points or less, so it's all to play for. Nathan is by no means whatsoever out of the question. In a track like this, where margins are so fine and so tight, and you can't afford a mistake, anything. Who sings that song? Is it Ellie Goulding? Anything could happen. Anything. I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'll just sing it instead of playing it. Anything could. That one, you know, Ellie Goulding. Anything. Hobbsy will know it. Anything, yeah? No? Anybody? Someone must know that song. Anyway, Q2's about to come to an end. Matt Rowney's out. Bottle job Matt should be trending on Twitter. Someone will know that song, won't they? AFL, well, he's done. He's out. Matt Rowney's out. His Mazzle's going to be out. Pio liked it. Pio liked it. Laughing face from Pio. Anything can happen. Anything could. Yeah? No? Anyway, let's compare them with Mazzles, who's on the cusp of elimination. Bailiff is out. Matt Rowney's out. AFL's out. KXI is out. Can he not? Well, Hobbs's on a lap as well. So could Murphy potentially be in trouble here if both Mazzles and Hobbsy improve? Mazzles does improve. Murphy's on the cusp, but he could go here. Can Hobbsy knock out Murphy? Can Murphy? No, Murphy. Murphy's out as Mazzles and Hobbsy both kick him out. But good effort from Murphy, who does start P11. He'll get 3 choices time there as well, of course. But interestingly enough, Liam, J-Luke and Bowie, the only drivers in the top 10 that will be starting the race on the medium compound tyre. Interestingly enough about the circuit, as everyone knows, it is not an easy track for overtakes. Apart from a really long straight, it is a very tough circuit to overtake. Why am I talking like that? Cash input in the chat. Did not think I'd be spending my Sunday listening to Edge singing Ellie Goulding. This is what I do, mate. I'm a people pleaser. 12 people on the stream. Thank you so very much for your love and support. As Q2 officially comes to an end, and unfortunately we say goodbye for now to Murphy. It's like, what's that thing? You are the weakest link. Not saying anyone's the weakest link, of course. You know, I'm very neutral. Lots commentating. But Murphy, Bailiff, Matt Rowney and AFL and KXI, of course, are out in Q2. Goodbye for now. Goodbye, my lover. Goodbye, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one for me. Goodbye to Murphy, Bailiff too, and Matt Rowney, AFL and KXI. Well done to Bowie. And Bowie's a singer. Bowie will be impressed by that, you know. Bit of lyrical madness from Edge. Love it. But well done to the boys. That'll joke aside that I've made it into Q3. The fight for pole is well and truly on. Only 1.4 seconds separating first down to 10th. We get a quick break, quick drink. I'll be back in 30 seconds time. You can count them if you want. Psych, I'm back already. Guess who's back? Back again. Hedge is back. Tell a friend. Hedge is back. We're in Q3 here in Baku. That didn't rhyme, but oh well. Why has no one sat above the pits? To be fair, I bet it is expensive in Baku, isn't it? I won't be sitting above them either. Bloody hell. I'd sooner get a room in that hotel, to be fair. I bet that's not cheap either, is it? But I'd sooner get a room in that hotel and watch from there, me. Not that that'll be cheap either. I don't even like to guess how much that'll be. But 12-minute session here in the third and final qualifying session of the battle for pole is now. It's like a guy off the X Factor, not. Do you remember that guy from X Factor when he was a kid? No? Nobody else watched X Factor here? Yeah, that guy that talks in a dead deep voice before somebody come on. No. Who did? No? I can't asking questions when no one can answer them. Anyway, we are here in Q3. I've not even finished the Drivers' Championship standings. How dare I? So just to mention one more time, you're Rowan on 188 points. Nathan on 159. Vipers Ken not here tonight on 86, which gives a chance to the boys below him to go above him in that third place spot. DC currently on 80 points, only 6 points behind Vipers Ken. So DC has a chance tonight to take third in the championship. But JB Bowie and J-Luke, the two McLaren teammates, only 1 point separate the two of them for the battle for the McLaren the king of the McLarens. It's a bit like Norris and Sainz last year, isn't it? Or the year before. You know, who's the better of the two? Bowie on 64 points, Chillick on 63, then comes AJ Little, Alex Dobson. Hobbsy only on 39 points. Come on, Hobbsy. Tonight is your night. Come on, Hobbsy. We got Auden KXI, Bailey AFL. Pretty. Say it's pretty bad that Jack's not here tonight, isn't it? Pio, Fandango, J Lose. J Wills. Not J Lose. I mean, he has lost, but not J Lose. J Wills. And the only driver yet to score a point all season. Free fall. give it a big one, didn't he? Oh, I'm going to be so good on the wheel. I'm going to win championships on my wheel. I've scored a point this season. Free fall, the absolute bottle job. But I believe, Scotty boy, tonight will be all night. That drought will come to an end. I'm a firm believer, by the way. If he finishes straight tonight, he'll get a point. That's my prediction. As for the constructors standing, of course, it's still all to play for, but Aston Martin are pretty much all but there. They can pretty much seal. They can pretty much seal the title tonight. They currently sit on 253 points, of course, damaged over the last couple of weeks by the fact that Euro's not scored points, but they still sat very comfortably at the top. 253 points. Williams are then second with 174. A great battle then with McLaren and Ferrari, and even Haas, to be fair. There's only 24 points separating McLaren down to Haas. Third, fourth and fifth. Alfa Romeo 6th, Red Bull 7th, Mercedes 8th, Alpine 9th, and Alpha Tauri in 10th only. Again, only 4 points separating Alpine to Alpha Tauri, so it is all to play for in this last 3 races of the season here in the Constructors' Championship. 9 minutes to go here in Q3, and we're going to stay on board then with M_Hobbsy as he hopes to get on pole and get his first win of the season. 9 minutes to go. Hobbsy was petrified. He goes through sector 1 and he doesn't want to slide. He needs to keep the car on track. Hobbsy, you can't have any flashbacks. He knows that he has an opportunity for pole here. In the Alfa Romeo, Hobbsy do not fear. He flies down the straight towards sector 2. But oh no, here's the castle section. That could give him... Oh, I messed it up. But Hobbsy goes through castle section very, very carefully. He keeps it on the track and doesn't hit the wall. He's still going strong. Come on, Hobbsy, bring it home for the boys. I don't know what I'm doing, by the way. I have absolutely no idea. Hobbsy was afraid, he was petrified. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. But come on, Hobbsy. J-Luke's at the first lap. It's a 1:38.8 for Mr. J-Luke 11. There's only 1:11 in this party. He's head jug 11. Never mind J-Luke 11. Liam, though, he's pretty quickly. And Mark with a rapid lap there. Is Mark Water on the track with that lap? Pole position, baby. I don't think so with that time, Mark. Come on, sort it out. Here comes Hobbsy then. Come on, Hobbsy. I believe in miracles. Yeah. Here comes Hobbsy. Up to third. Next to cross the line will be DC in the Ferrari. Up to third. Next to cross the line with Mazzles. Up to fifth. And then comes Bottle Job Bowie. Up to third. Oh, Bowie. Tell you what, Bottle Job Bowie on flames tonight. Here comes your Owen, our championship leader, looking to take pole in Baku. Can he beat a 1:38.5? No, he can't. It's not the quickest from your Owen on his first lap. Only P5 of 1:39.7. Plenty to improve from your Owen. His championship rival Nathan currently going through the middle sector. Watch that wall in the castle section. Question is, he'll be the king of the castle tonight by the end of the race in about an hour's time. Well, we will find out. Don't you worry about that. I don't know what's up with me tonight, but please let me know if the stream is still looking and sounding okay. That would be superb. On board then with Nathan as he goes through sector 3. He's hoping to finish on pole. Yellow flag down the road. Matt goes quickest now. A 38 dead. Will Nathan get a toe off the Red Bull? I think he will, but the Red Bull trying to get in his way. Nathan flies past him and J-Luke towards the checkered flag. A 1:38 to beat. Nathan got some drag. Get to the checkered flag. Where will the Williams go? He'll go up to second, but not as quick as Mark. 6 minutes to go in Q3. Sweeney's yet to set a lap. He won in Austria, but tonight he's been... I don't want to say it. He goes through sector 1. He's already won in the McLaren, but tonight he's in the Haas. Going through the first sector, there's a car down the road. That is Ariel Mark. Sweeney looks to get going and get the Haas a spark. Purple sector for him as he enters sector 2. The other flag. I don't know. I'm sorry about this. I don't know what's going on. It's like a singing rendition tonight, this. I might do an album for charity, you know. I reckon people would buy it. A collection of Hedge classics. People don't buy albums anymore. That's a problem. There's no CD players anymore, is there? Anything. It's all technology. It's all Bluetooth and wirelessness. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, Swinny! 4 minutes to go in Q3 and the battle for pole is well and truly on. Who's going to get it? We will find out. Thank you to everybody in the stream for Hedge Racing. Joining me here for Hedge Racing League Season 5, round number 12 of 14, here in Baku. 12 people in the stream, thank you so much for your love and support. Where will Swinny go on his first lap? He'll go up to 5th, right in the middle of the pack. Order in the pits right now, but Nathan currently on track. Liam, you might want to put his his name in the hat tonight, you know, for the win. The reserve of Liam. He's already been up there this season when he has reserved. Done a very Raheem Sterling job. Yeah. He'll be hoping to put himself in the mix, but at the moment Mark's looking pretty nippy at the top in the Alpha and Mayo. Alpha a chicken mayo. Oh dear. Anyone want any songs doing? Let me know. 4 minutes to go in Q3, and we are on board with the standing Red Bull, the reserve Red Bull of Liam Cragg, Sir X Rag, Liam Craig. I'm going to call him Liam. I'm going to call him. Apologies, Liam, if I pronounced that wrong. I probably have. This boy's got some pace. He's on fire. You know Kasabian? Oh, fuck no. Liam's on fire. No. Hopefully it's on an out lap, by the way. It isn't even his big boy lap yet. I've been tagged in the chat. Hang on a minute. What's going on here? Who's tagged me in the Discord, sir? Can't comment on the YouTube Edge, but loving it so far. Thanks, Jacob. Means a lot, that, buddy. Some fast facts, then. And so we'll do the fast facts on the formation lap. 2 minutes to go in Q3, and the battle for pole is well and truly on. It's going to be close. It's going to be tight. It's going to be chaotic. It could go either way. Any of these boys have got an opportunity to take pole, and to be fair, it's a crucial pole. Sometimes in a race, pole position is not as crucial as you'd expect. Places like Mexico, of course, where you can get absolutely beat on the run down to the first corner, but here in Baku, on a street circuit, where times already there's no margin for error, and that is an error from Liam, and that's an error that's going to cost him his lap and maybe his qualifying session. I think he got damage from that as well. So that's his chances at pole. They took a big blow. Oh, Swinny, where's that? He's in the pits. Swinny! What's happened to Swinny? Swinny. So, Liam's done with for now. The rest of the boys on an out lap. The battle for pole's getting saucy. Saucy. Who's going to be first to go on a lap? I think it's going to be Nathan. It is going to be Nathan who's in this. Oh, it's not going to be Nathan actually, is it? It's going to be. Who is it? Is Liam going to go again, or has that damage cost him? I do wonder. He's pitting, so Liam's qualifying is over. He will not be getting pole. That could be interesting, as the first person on a lap then is my good friend, the GOAT himself, CRL_DC. 8 drivers remain. Liam and Swinney are both out, but the rest of these boys are fighting it out for pole, and DC is the first of the 8 drivers to undergo his final lap of qualifying as he flies down that first DRS straight in Sector 1. DC currently 7th for a 1:39.4, but you can see the margins are so fine. Bowie also on a 39.4, Swinney a 39.3, the gap is a little bit bigger to the 38s with J. Luke, but I'm sure DC will have a lot of pace in the tank here, and we're looking to jump a lot higher in his current P7. He's already improved by over 3 tenths, which is a great start for the Ferrari. We'll keep an eye on the other drivers as well, but DC at the moment by far, unless J. Luke's on a lap as well, he is actually, apologies, I didn't realise J. Luke was on a lap, so DC's not the first. It's actually just up there ahead of him, it's J. Luke. Oh, it's Bowie, sorry, I'm having a mare. It's not J. Luke, it's Bowie, so I actually missed Bottle Job Bowie. He's actually on a lap further down the road than DC, so we'll keep an eye on Bowie. He's currently just ahead of DC in P6. He'll be looking to jump up and maybe even jump up ahead of his teammate, as mentioned already. Only 1 point separating Bowie and his teammate J. Luke in the championship, so a bit of a personal battle between the both McLaren drivers as well. Bowie purple sector there, he's cruising down sector 3 towards rate of 39.4 is his current time. The boy above him, Swinney, can't set laps. He's got an opportunity here to at least jump 1, but may put himself on the front row here. Does Bottle Job Bowie. Never won a race in Edge Race League, but could that be tonight? Bowie going to jump from 6th, does jump Swinney, doesn't jump his teammate, but goes up to 5th. DC 7th, will he jump Bowie and got on the front row? He'll jump Bowie up to 5th and put Bowie down to 6th. So DC splitting the McLaren drivers. Then comes Nathan then. Can he get pole? No, he can't. He's invalidated, so it's a P2 at very best for Nathan. J. Luke is next. He's currently 4th. Can he jump any higher towards the front, knowing that Liam's out, knowing that Nathan can't improve? He has got a bit of work to do though. He's currently 4 tenths slower than Nathan, so he'll need to improve by quite a bit here, J. Luke, to get himself on the front row. But he is more than capable of doing it, and does do it. Goes second fastest. Then comes Mark. Mark's improved even further to solidify pole, but can Jeroen take pole himself? Only 5th fastest for Jeroen. Next comes the Ferrari of Mazzles. He jumps to P7. And finally then Hobbsy, currently 10th, but 7 tenths up here, Hobbsy. Will he jump any higher? He'll go, I think that was P6. It was P6, so a decent qualifying for Hobbsy. Will start on the 3rd row. Jeroen then, only 5th, I believe. Nathan 2nd. Well, I think that's Nathan getting an advantage on Jeroen, of course. There you go. Mark takes pole. Oh, Nathan's only 3rd. So Mark, look at that, 5 tenths quicker than anybody else, and a 37's rapid for the reserve Alfa Romeo driver. J. Luke currently 2nd, a good front row start there for J. Luke. He'll get a point for that, of course, as well. Nathan only 3rd. I say only 3rd, it's still a great qualifying. Liam 4th, of course. Jeroen probably disappointed there to only qualify 5th, right in the middle of the boys there. Don't forget Liam will start on the medium tyre as well. Hobbsy in 6th, DC 7th, Mazzles 8th. So again, Ferrari consistently qualifying well. Bowie in 9th, and Swinney, of course, had a bit of a disaster, starting in P10, but that is your qualifying done and dusted. We prepare for round number 12 of 14. The Azerbaijan Grand Prix is just about to get underway. Qualifying is boxed off. Finito, Fanato. I'm going to get a quick drink. Send me your predictions for the race. Who is your favourite to win this Grand Prix? I'll be back in a moment. Right, let's do this, baby! Welcome along to Season 5 here in HRL, round 12 of 14, just 3 races to go. And we are here for one of the trickiest circuits on the F1 calendar, the second longest circuit behind Spa, here in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, the 4th instalment of this race in the 5-season history of Hedge Racing League, a race that's provided 3 different winners in the previous 3 races, all of them winning in incredible circumstances. J. Luca winner here in the past, Hobbsy also winner here in the past. The boys on their formation lap, interestingly, no one opting for the hard strategy. It's either softs or mediums, of course. J. Luke and Liam at the front, battling with Mark and Nathan on different strategies, which will be interesting. Bowie, Murphy, AFL, KXI and Fandango also opting for the mediums. The majority of the grid, they're opting for the soft tyre. Bit of background information very quickly on the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Of course, it is based, as mentioned earlier, in Baku City. The race was first held in 2016, a track length of 6 kilometres, which was equivalent of 20 turns. A 51 lap race, which equivalents to 306 kilometres. Of course, tonight it's down to 26 laps. The race lap record set by Charles Leclerc, 143 dead in 2019. As I already mentioned, the last winner here was Sergio Perez. The last winner here in Hedge Racing was J. Luke, who currently starts second tonight, so a good chance for J. Luke to make it back-to-back wins here in this circuit. Thank you to the 9 people that are still here showing their support in the streamers. Ooh, it used to be in freefall getting close together there. But please, before we get going, let me know the stream is looking and sounding okay as we prepare for round number 12 of Season 5 here in Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. As the drivers get on the grid, we're just waiting for ESW and Freefall. And keep an eye on ESW, by the way. He's a very quick driver, won races in the past. He'll be looking to make a driver day performance from 20th to 30th. It's not necessarily a bad thing starting 20th in this race. Such a short run down to turn 1. As mentioned already, there's no room for error on this circuit. Let's get ready to go racing here in Baku for round 12 of Season 5 in Hedge Racing League. 5 on the right side of the drivers, where it is lights out, and away we go then for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's only a short rundown to turn 1, and it's a very interesting rundown as the Aston Martin makes contact with the McLaren and the Red Bull, but Mark has took full advantage of that and has took up the yellow flag for them. It looks like Matt Rowney, can you believe it? The standing of Matt Rowney looks to have been crunched at turn 1. He's miles at the back. Murphy and Pio look to have gone as well. Let's change the changes here. You can see Murphy down 8, Matt Rowney down 7, Pio held the position, but Mark's had a great start to this race. Nathan up 1, Euron up 2, Hobbsy up 2, a bad start for Liam who's down 1, J-Luke down 5 from second. What an awful start for J-Luke, who's already lost 5 positions in this race, with Mazel's already hunting down. Is there damage for J-Luke? Doesn't look like it, but quite potentially. Other than that, a great start for ESW. He's got a penalty, but up 6. KXI down 3. Murphy, but Matt Rowney already miles behind, down 7 places, and his Hedge Racing League debut. Should have commentated, Matt. Unlucky. But through Castle we go. No DNFs as of yet. But ESW, you can see he's got no wing. There is no wing on the Alpine. He's up 6 places, but got no wing in the penalty. So a nightmare start for the man who started last on the grid. A chaotic start to the race, but happy to say that so far we still have all 20 drivers on the grid. It looks like Matt Rowney's had another moment now. Is it Murphy? It is Murphy through Castle section. So KXI, Murphy and Matt Rowney miles behind, but towards the front. Mark had a blistering start to the race, well over a second clear of Nathan. He started on pole, took full advantage of that chaos at turn 1, pulled away nicely, and after the first lap, leads by over a second as Liam and Hobbsy battle, and Liam looks to have retaken a place back ahead of Hobbsy. He was behind him, but ESW was on track, he has, and so's Freefall, so double DNF as we lose ESW, and the curse of Freefall continues. Oh, is it a collision between the two of them? Looks that way, and it's a collision that have took both of them completely out of this race. The reserve of ESW in the Alpine and the full-time driver of Freefall, as mentioned, is the only full-time driver yet to score a single point this season. That will continue because it's a lap 1 DNF for Freefall. Only a VSC, which is surprising due to it being a 2-car DNF. But chaos on lap 1 as we lose both Freefall and ESW. It looks like a crash between the two of them. Hopefully we'll see more of that later on in the stewards. But J Bulls, KXI, Matt Rowney and Murphy all coming into the pits, but a double DNF as we lose free fall and the reserve of ESW on lap 1. So a chaotic start as you'd expect here in Baku. But I am surprised it is only a VSC and not a full call safety car for that, because that was an incredible collision. Oh, Mark! What happened there? Has Mark just got damage? No visible damage, but there's a good chance he could have picked up some damage there. A great start to the race for Mark, but has he just made contact in Castle round away for a green flag again? So that incident between Freefall and ESW has cleared up on lap 2. But I'm just wondering there, as Nathan and Jerome start to reel in Mark at the front, how much damage he picked up from that collision. As J Luke, who's lost 6th place at the start, a nightmare start for the one who started on the front row in P2. Beginning to try and get them places back. He's not too far behind the Ferrari of Mazzles. Mazzles and DC looking stronger on the Ferrari so far. 6th and 7th respectively, putting in, as they always do, a strong team performance. Only one driver on the grid has held his starting position, that is Liam in P4. But you can see Mark BS enabled now as well, and Mark's got Nathan and Rowan that are starting to reel him in at the front. Of course, Nathan and Rowan in this big title fight. Every point matters here in this race, but a chaotic first 2 laps. Already lost 2 drivers, the VSE's come out. It's been a mental start to this race. As Hobbsy, DC, Mazzles and J Luke and Bailiff as well had a good start. Bailiff up 3 places in the Mercedes, doing a stellar job so far. As is AFL up 3, Fandango and PO both up 5 each, so a great start for them as well tonight. But as you can see, Mark again getting close to the wall. He's got Nathan and Rowan really in. Liam Craig starting to reel him in as well, and Mark all of a sudden here had a great start to the race. He's flagging a little bit, and he's got the 2nd and 1st in the championship respectively, hunting him down and getting very close to the reserve Alfa Romeo driver. And of course, this track is not easy at all to make overtake, especially for this very narrow and tricky castle section where you can't get things wrong. Look at the train. And Mark knows he's got 2 very quick drivers that are beginning to hunt him down. They will get DRS on that very long straight as we approach lap 4 of 20. Thank you to the 13 people in the stream. It means so much here for Hedge Racing League Season 5, round 12 of 14 in Baku. And the championship contenders, Jerome and Nathan, both 2nd and 3rd at the moment, but they are really getting close now to Mark, and Mark can move his yellow flag. Looks like it is Swinny, who won the last race in the sprint race in Austria, had a moment in castle section and he spanned the car. But you can see DS enabled. Nathan and Jerome will get it, and they'll get even closer to Mark. I don't think they'll get him on this occasion. There's also another yellow flag. Could be Swinny again. Nathan setting fast up, Joan setting fast up, Liam Craig all of a sudden making it a 4-horse race at the front. He's reeled all 3 of them in. On the mediums as well, Joan gets very close to that wall. We've suddenly got a 4-horse race for the lead here. And Liam also on the mediums, out of the softs, already starting to die. J coming into the pits. Not very good start for him. But for the race lead, can Nathan make a move on Mark? Not as long of a run down as the previous run. He'll get very close to the back of Mark, but for now, Mark remains in the lead. Let's get the ties on for you, of course. Top 3 on the softs. Liam doing a great job on the mediums. And of course, as these next few laps progress, Liam's mediums will be the superior tyre, and then boys on the softs will start to struggle as their tyres quickly deteriorate. Liam and Bowie, and AFL to be fair, the only drivers in the top 10 on the mediums, as Bailiff looks to have got back ahead of Bowie, but a great battle here between Bowie, Bailiff and AFL for that P8 spot. But look at the top 4 flying together through Castle section. Mark, Nathan, Owen, and the medium runner of Liam Craig. You just feel that Mark could be a sitting duck at the next straight here and potentially get overtaken by 3 different drivers that will all get DRS off each other. A bit further back comes DC, who's got a bit of clear track to Hobbsy, then to Mazzles. Bailiff got both Bowie and AFL for company. Fandango not too far down now. Is Liam in a move down? Rowan he has, and the medium runner of Liam starting to look very quick here. As mentioned, his tyres becoming the superior tyre now in comparison to his 3 rivals that are all on the red soft compound. Liam not just got a pass Rowan, he's pulled away from Rowan, and you've got a fear for Nathan here as well. Although Nathan will get DRS off Mark, which could protect him, Liam at the moment is flying on me, and Rowan's out of question. And Rowan's thinking, you know what, I'm going to pop the softs now. That could be an interesting strategy. As Rowan pits, he's had enough for the softs already. Nathan and Mark say out. Just confirm it's not damage to you, Rowan, it's just an early tyre change. Oh, it is a damage. Rowan is putting on a new wing, and the championship leader struggling again here. It's a new wing on the Aston Martin Rowan, so it's a very slow pit stop That'll put him right towards the back of the field, possibly even behind Pio in P11. Will Pio be able to jump the Euro? I think he will. He will. So your Owen's going to come out right in P12, right in the thick of it. On the mediums on a fresh, I mean, J-Luke's just pitted for a fresh set of hards. So we'll just look, wonder where he got damaged then, but look at the front three. As Liam, sorry, not an easy place to make a move, but him and Nathan are right on the back, nearly making contact with each other. What a start to chase. 5 laps in, 2 DNFs, plenty of wing changes, and the top 3 very gingerly take it through Castle section, of course. But you know what happens with losing a wing? Now out of the points, currently in 12th. As it stands, the gap at the top of the championship will be down to just 10 points if the race was finished. Now Nathan will close the gap to Jones to just 10 points with 2 races to go. But very quickly, Jones making a move on Pio, getting past Pio, and that's his climb towards the front, starting again. Come up for air a minute, what 5 laps it has been. Whew, we still have 18 of our 20 drivers standing, bar ESW, JR and Freefall. And it's Mark who leads the race, but Nathan looking to take the race for the first time here. Mark has led for pretty much 5 laps, but Nathan for the first time looking to make it a change of the lead at the top. And Nathan does lead the race for now, but will lead it for literally a second, because here comes the Red Bull of Liam, who gets very close to the back of Nathan. Nathan on the softs, Liam on the mediums. Mark trying to pit. His soft tyres are done with. Is there damage on Mark? There is, because Mark, same as your Owen, is also putting on a brand new engine, which will cost him time in the pits. I tell you what, your Owen and Mark will be very close together here as well. Manuel's also pitting. But will Mark come out ahead of your Owen? Let's have a look then. He won't. There's a yellow flag on the straight, looks like J-Rose, but interestingly, look at Mark and your Owen, they'll be able to wheel it into the corner. Mark and your Owen make contact. It's incredible scenes. Who's got DRS out of the 2 of them? I think it's Mark. So Mark will retake the lead ahead of your Owen. As the yellow flag looks like J-Rose and Anthony, both Hash drivers on a bit of a nightmare here. But Mark and your Owen there making contact into the second corner. Mark managing to stay ahead of the Aston Martin, but both of having to pit for a fresh wing. Towards the front, that 4-horse battle, now down to a 2-horse battle, but you had to wonder, Nathan on the softs. Due to pit stop very soon, J-Lewis is retired, that's in the pit, so he becomes our 3rd retiree of the evening, but it is in the pit, so that shouldn't bring out any form of safety car or VSC. J-Lewis becomes our 3rd retiree of the evening. And for now, the 4-horse race is down to a 2-horse. Nathan on 5 lap old softs. The reserve of Liam on the much fresher and much cleaner tyre at the moment on the 5 lap old medium. You wonder if Nathan is going to come into the pits very soon, especially with this medium runner of Liam behind him. Will Nathan opt to pit now or stay out? Nathan's sticking on the soft now, but I think he might have to try and do his race lead here. So a very quick medium runner, and it's a pretty easy move for Liam, who just breezes past Nathan. Nathan, of course, will get the DRS back on him, though, in the next corner to try and retake the lead from the Red Bull. As DC finding it's time to pit. Nathan, though, DRS on Liam here. Long opportunity to get him again, but Liam looks to have got a better exit. It's not a long rundown, but will Nathan have the opportunity here to go back ahead of the Red Bull and retake the race lead? Red Bull versus Williams. Liam has got the inside line. Nathan looking to go the long way round and has to stay behind the Red Bull as DC and Bailey opting for their medium tyres now as well. It's only Nathan Hobbsy towards the front that are still on their soft tyre, but they're due a pit stop, you'd imagine, within the next lap or so. It's Fandango making a move on AFL. Good start to race for both of these drivers. They're 2 that sat on the mediums yet to pit, of course. Fandango jumping into that top 5 ahead of the Williams of AFL. The other Williams, Nathan, due a pit stop as well, but having to concede the race lead for now behind the reserve of Liam. Apologies, I'm going to get a quick drink. I'm sure you can understand it's not easy work this on my own. Not too well either. Sorry, Burpee, 1 second while I get a quick drink. Whew. Lap 7 in this round 12 race here in Hedge Racing League. And I'm sure Nathan Hobbs will come into the pit, probably on this lap, but if not, very, very soon. As Mark and Young still battling out. Mark for now still having a lead over your own, but you imagine that lead will possibly change on that long run down to turn 1 in a moment or so's time. There's a great battle as well behind, like the J-Luke Bailiff, Mazzles in close proximity. Mazzles just pitched for hards, interestingly enough, so Bailiff on the mediums, Mazzles on the hards. A couple of different strategies coming into account. No safety car just yet, but the 3D nets of J-Bulls, Freefall and ESW. Only 8 laps in. Yellow flag. Oh, it's AFL, no! Oh my word! Wow! He's not ghosted AFL, which is very concerning. It nearly killed Mark. I mean, YFL, who's in the middle of the track, has not ghosted there. It's an appalling moment from the game as well. You expect him to ghost, and luckily no one has been killed by him, but he's still in the middle of the track and still not ghosted. It's a full course safety car now, and it's the Williams of AFL. His night is over. That becomes our 4th DNF, but luckily, Mark has pitted. I'm wondering if Mark got damage from AFL, because it's not AFL's fault, a game bug. What I do know is on lap 7, it's a full course safety car, with a 4th DNF. It is the Williams of AFL. His night is over. A 4-course safety car will excitingly bring everybody together. This race is really starting to get some drama now, but AFL there, not ghosting. The driver's very, very lucky they didn't get caught up in that. I'm going to get a quick drink while the safety car brings everybody together. Back in a moment. Happy to say the stream is looking okay. If you are having any issues with the stream, just make sure you change your quality in the settings to 1080p. You should be able to do that, but the stream is looking, touch wood, a-okay. We are on lap number 8, approaching lap 9 of this Grand Prix. Liam at the front. Going to get rid of his mediums now. I think you'll see a lot of activity in the pits here. The softs are completely gone with drivers getting rid of the softs. You'll see mediums primarily, or possibly hards for Liam. It will be hard. Will Bowie come in for his change? Yes, he will. Nathan's put on mediums. Thank you to people that are still in the stream here. I know it's late at night, 10 to 11 on a Sunday, but thank you to the people that are still here. Round at number 12 of Season 5 here in Baku. 9 laps in, 4 DNFs, a VSC, a safety car. It's all going off. Brilliant drama, but it turned out to be an exciting race. As always. I'm shattered. I don't feel too well either, but we'll carry on going for the boys. And for the girls, of course. Mrs. Edge is still here, I believe, as well. But yeah, I'm not feeling too well if being honest. Been able to do over for the last couple of days, but it'd have been wrong of me to not commentate this Grand Prix. One of the most exciting Grand Prix on the calendar in Baku, and especially with the championship coming to the end now as well, it wouldn't be fair on the drivers for them to miss out on a commentary. So if you want to see me race this circuit myself, I'll be here tomorrow in Cone at 8 PM alongside the likes of Freefall. Matt Rowney, of course, P.O., Bailiff, possibly some others as well. I'll be racing here tomorrow in Cone. I hope to finally get my first points on the wheel. I was so close last week in Imola, so close to the podium in Imola as well last week, but unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. Hopefully tomorrow will be that night. But please join the Cone boys at 8 PM on the Cone YouTube channel to watch us. If you don't hear me commentate, you'll be able to watch me racing instead in Baku tomorrow night. So I'm just going to book a hotel for the weekend. It worked out well, long weekend in Baku, because obviously I'm commentating here tonight and then back here tomorrow for the race. It's worked out well really. I booked a long weekend over here rather than a short one. Lovely hotel as well. It only cost me 12 grand, but you know, lovely hotel. But we are on lap number 9, waiting for quite a lot of the grid that are yet to catch the field. It looks like Swinney's the man right there. Not happy with Swinney so far tonight. He dominated in Austria. He was absolutely superb in Austria, Swinney. Won the sprint race and then went on to finish second in the feature race as well. He was brilliant, but it's not quite happening for him tonight in Baku. However, he's still going strong. Got fresh tyres on. He's going to catch up the field, so it's plenty of time for him to make it happen. To make it happen for him in this Grand Prix. See, the driver's on the other side of that cordon there. He still needs to catch up. We'll do at least one more lap here, anyway, because Matt, KXI, Murphy and P.O. are all yet to catch up either. Well done to P.O. though tonight, currently in 12th, just on the border of points. At the moment, he's got a good chance of getting points at the moment as P.O. And I'll let P.O. Murphy and Matt are good friends, probably going to party together, aren't they? But Matt already at the moment, currently in 15th, still going though, Matty boy. Love that. Should be here with me, helping me out and not helping me, you know, make me lose my breath, lose my voice. But he's on track instead. Could have done both, couldn't he, to that? Could he give us an on-track sort of POV as he drives around? But here we go, we're on lap 10. Again, apologies if the commentary is a little bit sluggish now. I am starting to feel a little bit tired, because I've not been too well for the last couple of days. It does take it out of you. As you all know, I'm a very energetic commentator. I'm not one that sits there and is very dull. So, you know, after about half an hour, I start to feel a little bit sort of meh. Serves me right, really, for getting excited, but I can't help it. And I appreciate the support, as always, on the stream. But thank the drivers, because without these lot, it wouldn't be a race, it wouldn't be a lead, it wouldn't be a stream. So thank these boys on track for making it what it is. And it's turning out to be a very exciting Grand Prix as far. 10 laps in. 16 drivers remain. We've lost 4. AFL, J-Rules, Freefall and ESWJR. Still 16 laps to go, which I don't know if that's a good thing for myself as a commentator, but it's great for these as drivers. You see the track now heavily dominated by the yellow medium tyre. Only Liam, Bowie, Mazzles on the hards. It'll be interesting to see how Liam gets on the mediums, on the hards of course. Dominated before on what was a superior tyre on the hards. On the mediums in comparison to the softer as a rounding, but now on the hards, at the moment anyway, we'll be on the slower tyre. So it'll be interesting to see how Liam gets on, defending from the likes of Nathan Fandango, of course. I've not pitted Fandango, which is interesting. The only driver on the grid yet to pit, currently in third, but yet to pit on the medium, which is an interesting call. We'll have to pit pretty soon, won't we? Which is maybe waiting for another safety car to come out. This one's about to come in. I'm not sure. Shut up, Siri. DC, Hobbsy, Bailiff, Bowie, Eurowan, only 8th at the moment. Mazzle separating him and Mark. J-Luke just outside the pond. It's not a good start for J-Luke, who started second, down to 11th, and we'll stay on board with Liam. We'll get us underway. Will he be in a rush? It's a long run down, isn't it? You've got to be careful here. Will he make right to the line? Let's see. Look at the park, oh dear me. Liam's still not gone just yet. He's not in a rush, is he? Not in a rush whatsoever. Oh dear, this could get interesting. He's still not going. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, he's gone now. And Nathan and Liam have left the rest in dust. And look at the rest of the boys now. Fandango, DC, Hobbsy and Bailiff in very close proximity. Will Bailiff go for a move on Hobbsy into someone? Hobbsy gone deep and that could invite Bailiff for a move. It does invite Bailiff. Bailiff's got the move done on Hobbsy. Yellow flag. Oh, it's Bowie! Ball job Bowie! And J-Luke and Mazzles have gone as well. What's happened there? Have the McLaren... Oh, sorry, not J-Luke. But I'm thinking it was a collision potentially between the Ferrari of Mazzles and the McLaren of Bowie. But bottle job Bowie becomes our 15F. We've lost officially a quarter of the grid here. Bowie is out. Oh, and Bailey is out as well. What's happened there in the wall? We've lost 2, it's all going off, they're dropping like flies here. No safety car, despite us losing 2 drivers on the restart in very quick proximity. Bailiff had a very good start to the race. Started well, was at the front with the likes of DC and Hobbsy, but he's out. So Bailiff and Barry out, we've now lost 6 drivers. I don't know what happened there, but it is all going off on the streets of Baku. We've lost the Mercedes of Bailiff and the McLaren of Bowie. 16 Fs from 6 different constructors. As Liam still leads, but the gap then is quite big. Fandango defending for his life from the likes of DC, Hobbsy, Rowan and Mark all on the fresher medium tyre than him. Of course, Fandango, the only driver yet to pit, as John goes for a dive on Hobbsy. Looks to have paid a treat. Then comes both Alfa Romeos, Hobbsy and Mark. But quick session there, but losing Bailiff and Bowie. And before tonight, Bowie and J-Luke were separated back to the point. Fandango's gone as well! Not pitted, as out of the race. Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! Wait, who was that? Was that Murphy? And why are people not ghosting there? It's another safety car, and it's the other Mercedes. Fandango's out. They literally are dropping like flies. We're not even halfway through the race yet, and we've lost 7 of the 20 drivers on the grid. Nearly everyone who's left getting a point. Pio's up to 6th. Go on, Pio! Go on, Pio! Pio for the podium. Matt Rowan in the points. But in one lap there, we lose 3 drivers, both Mercedes and the McLaren. The safety car restart has caused chaos. Absolute mayhem here in Baku. The record DNF stands at 10, but at the moment there's a very good chance it could be down to about 2 drivers come lap 26. In one lap, we lose Bowie and both Mercedes in Bailiff and Mr. Fandango. We're down to 13. It's all going off. We're losing drivers for the fun of it here. I can't keep up. And the mad thing is, we're not even halfway through the race yet, and we've currently lost 7 of the starting 20 on the grid. Going to get a quick drink, because once again, the safety car brings everybody together, so more chaos awaits us. Back in a moment. Absolute scenes here in Baku. Absolute scenes. It's all going off. What a race. A very long race, isn't it? Bloody hell. Who's going to pit at the front? Will Liam get rid of the hards? No, he won't. Nathan will stick as well. A lot of these have only just pitted, to be fair. Your one is pitting again. Don't speed in the pit lane, your own. That could be costly. Doesn't. Thank you to the 8 people still on the stream. Love the support. Pio's up to 5th! Go on, Pio! He wants to have a podium. Come on, Pio! This could be his night! Yes! Okay, excited. Also doing a very good job in 7th. Swinney, you know what, after Swinney's having a tough night, he's up into 8th now. He's flying. Matt in 9th. Jones going to come out right at the back. In 11th at least, because J-Luke is a bit behind. J-Luke's going to pit again himself. Mazel's also going to come back into the pits. Mazel did have a collision, I think, with Bowie at turn 1. So J-Luke and Mazel's going to pull themselves into the pits as well. Jerome pitting, but putting on all the mediums again. So putting on mediums that he's already used. As in come both the only McLaren and Ferrari, the only McLaren left in the race, J-Luke, and the man at the back of the field in 13th, who had a collision, I believe, with the McLaren of Barry at turn 1. Mazel's who opts for fresher mediums. So 12 of the remaining 13 drivers on the medium tyre, the man at the front, Liam, still on the hards. 13 laps to what's been only half of the race, and so much has happened. We've lost, you are reading that right, by the way, we've currently lost 7 of the 20 drivers in the opening 20 laps. It's been chaos. Absolute chaos. And, like I said, we had 10 DNFs in Belgium. There was 10 somewhere else, well, I can't remember where that was, but at the moment we're on course here to genuinely finish the race in single figures, because we are starting to lose drivers for the fun of it here. As I mentioned, we only have 13 left of the starting 20. We've lost 7 here, 2 safety cars, a VSC. It's been a chaotic opening 30 laps here on the streets of Baku. I don't think he's going to come in this lap either yet, because J-Luke and especially Mazel's are nowhere near the field yet, due to pitting. They may cut up just in time, but I don't think it'll come in, because I think Mazel's especially, like I said, he's absolutely nowhere near. So we're looking at another lap in, coming at the end of lap 14 on to 15. I know it's coming now, the more racing the better, but looking at where J-Luke and Mazel's are, especially Mazel's, I don't think it'll come in just yet. Even though by the time it gets to the line, the likelihood is that they'll both caught up. Let's see them. Will he come in? I don't think he will. Would have been told by now. Looks like, unfortunately, one more lap and one less lap of racing, which is annoying. But it'll give Mazel's and J-Luke time to catch up properly ahead of a lap 15 restart. And gives me a chance to be fair, a lap more to catch with ref and get back up to speed. Thank you to the 8 people that are still here at this very late time. 1 minute past 11 it is on a Sunday night. Here for round number 12 of 14 in season 5. I feel sick as anything, but you know what? We keep going. We keep going. I'm going to get a quick drink and we'll get ready to go racing again on lap 15 in a moment's time. Can somebody let me know if the stream still held it up okay as well? That'd be great, thank you. Stream looks okay. We're just about to approach sector 3 and just about to go racing again for 11 more laps. As more chaos will surely unfold towards the end of this Grand Prix, but the main topic at the moment is that 7 drivers of DNF out of the 20, thank you to 7 people that are still in the stream. Maybe it's 7 of DNF that are in the stream, who knows, but main topic, the main point so far, both Euro and Nathan are still going, but both in different situations. Just a reminder that we thought about the gap from Euro down to Nathan was 29 points. Nathan got his second, possibly favourite on the better tyre than Liam. Euro currently out of the points and got work to do. Euro, of course, DNF the last 2 races. This could be interesting. Pio has no wing. Oh no, don't say that. He does? He has wing? Possibly damaged, mate. There's no left end plate, is there? What's happened there? Is he hit Hobbsy, maybe? Oh no. He hit the wall. Oh no, Pio. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Genuinely. When will Liam go? He's left it late again, but he's gone now. And once again, it looks like the others have been caught cold by Nathan. Look at the gap now. Because of Pio's wing damage. Oh no. Look at the gap down though now. Oh my god, Mac and you're on wheel to wheel at turn 1. Let's get very tasty, you know him! Breaks himself because he's in a Hamilton! He's outbroke himself completely, he's gone prime Lewis Hamilton, you're Owen! Oh my god! He tried fighting with Mark and completely outbroke himself off the track. Very lucky there's a rundown area there for your Owen, but drops right to the back. And loses a lot of places. He did a Hamilton. As Jaylee goes running down on Swinny making contact with Maddles as well, it's all going off. But Rowan completely outbreaking himself and costing himself vital positions here as his title rivals on the battle for a P1 finish. Mark making a move on Murphy, but what a blow for Rowan, who just completely outbroke himself into turn 1. Also onto the runoff area, but such a heartbreaking moment for Pio as well as Mark and Murphy make contact as well. Murphy right into the back of Mark, 2 of the reserve drivers. And sure, at least Murphy will have got damage, and Mark got damage as well. I'm sure Murphy will have. And it's all going off on the restart. No DNS, but plenty of drama. As Murphy hits into the back of Mark. Very lucky he didn't turn ugly that and didn't end up in more DNFs. Nathan, though, reeling in his rival Liam Craig. Oh my god! Who loses the car. Doesn't DNF, but loses the place. What is going on here? Liam Craig was nearly toasted at the front. Unbelievable. DC's going to reel him in now as well. Look at this though, Murphy, J. Luke. Oh, I thought Liam had gone into a wall and crunched his race there. None of Verstappen. Of course, no DNS yet, but I think Murphy will have got damage. He does stay out on track now, Murphy, and for now, he's ahead of J. Luke. Swinny as well, right in the mix. Swinny braking very late, around the outside of Murphy. Always contact between the 2 of them. Swinny just ahead of Murphy, but Murphy got the inside line into the car. I'm going to try and fight it back, but lets him through. Maddles in the mix as well here. What a battle. What a battle this is. And DC all of a sudden has reeled in the 2 of them and put his name in the mix for a potential first ever win in the league as well. You're in the pits. It's not happening for your Owen. Is it another wing change? I can't see that. I think it is another wing change for your Owen, who's got a title at stake here. He's just pitted for more, the same mediums, older mediums, but he's at the back by some margin. He's well out of the mix, and as it stands, he's scoring no points. Nathan got past Liam in all of that. As it stands, Nathan at the very least is closing the gap by a mammoth 25 points to Jeroen, meaning that with 2 races to go, the gap at the top will be at maximum just 3 points. Nathan, as it stands, is going to put himself right in the picture for a title. It's unbelievable. Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected Jeroen to throw this title away. He was streets ahead. It was done and dusted weeks ago. But then, of course, 2 DNFs in Canada and Austria. He's having a really difficult night tonight, whilst Nathan is taking full advantage, not just winning, but at the moment cruising at the front. Jeroen is scoring nothing. He's well out of the picture. He's nowhere near. Nowhere near. And Nathan just set a fast lap. That's another point. So as it stands, the gap at the top of the championship is down to 2 points. When weeks ago it was in triple figures nearly. It's unbelievable. Back-to-back DNS to Jeroen, coupled with at the moment not being in the points tonight and Nathan leading the race, this could have massive implications on the championship with just 2 races to go. We go to Holland next week, where Jeroen could and maybe still will win the championship in his home race. And then we end in a very tricky circuit in Spain. But it is all to play for. And Nathan, with the most incredible underdog story in the history of this league, may just put himself not just back into the title picture, but on the way towards the title himself. And Jeroen may just throw it away. He's retired in the picture, Rowan. I don't believe it. And it's the 3rd race in a row where Jeroen has not scored points. And what an opportunity now for Nathan, who before tonight was sat 29 points behind Jeroen at the top of the championship. As it stands, he's leading the race. He's also at the fastest lap. That's 26 points. The gap, as it stands, would be down to just 3 points with 2 huge races to go in Netherlands and Spain. Wow, it's unbelievable. Of course, Jeroen DNF in the last 2 races in Austria and in Canada. He's now DNF tonight as well. It's not been his night tonight. And the man who's dominated the picture for pretty much all the season has now DNF'd 3 races in a row. And Nathan, all of a sudden, is potentially the championship favourite. Has he just hit the wall there, Nathan, though? But all of a sudden, Nathan is now potentially championship favourite. Unbelievable. I mean, we thought we'd be going to Holland in a few weeks' time with Jeroen as champion. It was done and dusted, but now we go to Holland with it all to play for next week. Of course, Nathan's not won this race yet, but he'll know now what a huge opportunity it is to close the gap to virtually nothing. Him and Jeroen are going to the last 2 races pretty much neck and neck, which makes things so exciting. If Nathan was to win the championship from here, I don't think he'll ever be topped. I really don't. I think it'd be the most incredible comeback of all time. Of course, a little bit of luck with Jeroen DNFing now in what is 3 races in a row: Canada, Austria, and of course Baku. Unbelievable scenes here. Absolutely unbelievable. Just to sort of give you an idea of how far ahead he was, Jeroen. Just to take you back to round 5 of the season when Jeroen was on 120. This is only after 5 rounds of the season. Jeroen was top on 120. He's lagged out! No way! No! Oh no. I'm going to try and invite Nathan back very quickly. Oh, I don't believe it. He's lagging out of the session. It's not letting me invite him back. Oh my god, I don't believe it! Oh, I'm speechless. It's not even letting me invite him back. Because I can't even click my PS button. It's not letting me do it. I click my PS button, it's going weird, my screen. Let me try again. Oh, I'm gutted. I invited him back in. Oh my god. Oh, no way. I was about to say, Jeroen was 121 points, Nathan was on 49, the gap was nearly 100 points. But Jeroen's going to get the luckiest escape known to man here. The luckiest escape known to man. He's back in, but now 5th. I mean, it is just heartbreak. He's lagged out, and that could cost him the championship. I don't believe that. I mean, he's now 7th. Oh man, he's now in his seat, but 7th. And if you're Jeroen, you are a lucky man. I mean, I have nothing to say. He's lagged out the session. He was 1st. Oh man, he's got 7 laps in Nathan to try and climb the ladder and get back to the top. But that is heartbreak. At his finest. He does put Obviously in the podium places and gives Liam a great lead, but oh wow. Nathan was on course for 25 points to close the gap to Jeroen's down to 3 points. He's now 7th. He's got a few laps to try and claw. It's like a Charles Leclerc today, spinning. As Hobbsy loses his podium to J. Luke. Nathan on the hunt. Needs to get past KXI. into turn 1 he goes. There's contact, but he does get past KXI, and Nathan's got a mission now. He's a man on a mission. The win may be gone due to some very unlucky connection issues, but he still knows that every position he can get here, every point closer to your own will count. It may not be down to 3 points like we expected, but he could still be very, very close and within touching distance of your own. But some hard luck there for Nathan, and maybe a slice of luck for your own. As Nathan currently sits from first, now down to 6th, which the difference in points is huge. 6 laps to go, he's on the back of his good friend DC. He needs to get past DC and get away from DC. To be fair, he's not a million miles away off J. Luke here and off Mark. He's still on for a potential P2 here, Nathan, if he can hunt. But William Craig's got a penalty that could still allow Nathan in a very good... If he wins it, if me and Nathan as well, it's unbelievable. But Liam picking up a very rare penalty, the first penalty of the evening. Yellow flag, looks like Matt Rowney's gone. Should have commentated, Matt. Should have commentated, mate. Oh dear. Need to do better than that tomorrow in the cone race, but you've got to wonder now, Nathan's got a hunt and he's right on the back of DC here. How high can he go, Nathan? How many places can he claw back here after that awful connection issue, put him from first down to 7th? He's already got past KXI. His next target is DC. He's getting very close to DC, but he knows he needs to get past DC and start hunting down the likes of J. Luke and Hobbsy. Doesn't even need the ice, he's got past DC. Up to 5th. The charge from Nathan is on, the push is on. He knows he's got a great opportunity to close the gap to barely nothing on your own. The yellow flag towards him, that looks like it's an incident involving Matt Rowney again. Trouble caused to Matt Rowney. Up to 5th, and now reeling in Hobbsy. 5 laps to go, and with Liam Craig having a penalty, Nathan could still win this race. But he's got work to do, that is for sure. And DC's got the ice in, he'll hunt Nathan back down, which Nathan doesn't want. Some connection issues may have saved Joe here. I mean, at the very least, Nathan's going to close the gap, but maybe not as much as what he'd have hoped for. He's also got a friend DC who's, to be fair, is stuck with him pretty quickly. He's not letting him go. 5 laps to go in this race. Matt Rowney's pitting, but it is all going off in this Grand Prix. And Nathan knows a lot's at stake here. He's got vital points to be had in the hunt for Joran, who's DNF for a 3rd race in a row, as Mazzles gets past Swinney for P8. The Castle section is very quickly. Oh, Hobbsy! Oh, Hobbsy's lost the car! And it's a free pass for Nathan! Up to 4th, and he will take that every day of the week, Hobbsy! Down to 5th, not DNFing, but gifting Nathan that P4. Nathan will need that, he'll happily take it. And now next up the road, quite a bit up the road at the moment, is J. Luke, of course, qualified P2. He's no slouch around this circuit. He won the last ever race in this league on this circuit. But a gift for Nathan there to pass Hobbsy. Hobbsy, though, has got a lot more battery than Nathan, and will get DRS here. This could be frustrating for Nathan, who could really lose the place to Hobbsy. Hobbsy with a lot more battery and DRS. I think Hobbsy's going to get the move done here on Nathan, which will lose him the place again. Hobbsy for P4 flies past Nathan into turn 1, or does he? Inside Nathan, but for now Nathan holds on to the place. DC as well starting to reel him in. Nathan's P4 at risk here from Hobbsy and DC. Hobbsy once again with DRS, he'll have a chance to get past Nathan and retake the P4. This time Nathan's a sitting duck. Hobbsy, I think will do it. Hobbsy does get past Nathan. Does he into the corner? No, he does not. Nathan retains the position. Hobbsy backs out for the 2nd time in a row and possibly knows what is at stake here for Nathan. Doesn't fight it, but DC's not too far behind either. Nathan though losing time to both Mark and J. Luke, who are quite some distance up the road from him now. And more importantly, losing time to Liam Craig, who could lose a couple of places here due to that silly penalty that he picked up. A massive 4 or so laps there for Nathan here, who's fighting for a 3rd, but also fighting for his position because he's got Hobbsy and DC that are chasing him up the road. But he knows before tonight he was sat 29 points behind Rowan in the championship. Rowan DNF and getting nothing tonight. Nathan was 1st, but then lagged out down to 7th. He's clawed his way back up into the mix. But he's struggling to catch Mark and J. Luke. He has somehow, though, managed to pull away pretty quickly now from Hobbsy and DC as the hunt for the podium positions is on. Can Nathan still somehow win this Grand Prix? It has been the most incredible comeback to put his name up in lights and put him literally virtually vertically neck and neck with Jeroen at the top of the championship with just 2 rounds to go in Baku and then in Spain. Liam's pitting, his hearts are done with. That gives Nathan a massive place. What has happened to Liam then? It's a fresh set of softs and a new wing, so the Liam's chance for a win has gone. So Nathan is into the podium places. He's now going to hunt down a very quick Mark and a very quick J. Luke that, to be fair, at the moment, are some distance ahead of the driver, who's also got all the mediums in comparison to Mark and J. Luke. It's going to be a very big ask for Nathan. If you can get a P3 from here, it'd be a good result, but you've got to wonder, will it be a missed opportunity to really put that pressure on? You know, and of course, an opportunity that's not down to him, it's down to his connection that has really let him down tonight. But to be fair, he's fought back from 7th up to 3rd, and you can, to be fair, he's starting to reel in Mark and J. Luke and potentially still be on here for a race and room for a shootout at the end of this race as Hobbsy, DC and KXI as well in for a battle for that 4th place spot. Liam dropping to 8, PO and Swinney in the points. Murphy and Matt are the only 2 at the moment that are not in the points. What a race. Nathan, to be fair, knows that 15 points will still be sold and will still put him very close to Jeroen. But a win would have been priceless. And that win could still be on, but he's got some distance and some catching up to do with only 3 laps to go on the reserve of Mark in the Alfa Romeo and the full-time driver of J. Luke to make it back-to-back wins in Baku in this league, and also get his first win of the season in the McLaren as well. 3 laps to go. 3-horse race for the win, but you see Nathan some distance behind here. Jill getting DRS and Mark here, have an opportunity to really close that gap at the top with 3 laps to go here. Nathan, 3.5 seconds down on J. Luke, but certainly not out of the question for winners yet as Hobbsy gets past DC here. 3 of them battling for P4. Hobbsy goes wide, but goes deep though and gives the P4 back to the Ferrari. DC KXI still in the battling for P4 as well. Manuel's not too far down the road either. The yellow flag. Matt Riley's retired on the straight. Sorry, not in the straight. In sector 2, becomes our 9th retirement of the evening. Could have been a safety car. It's not going to be though, is it? But Matty's out of the race. Should have commentated, Matt. That's 9 DNFs. Matty's out of the race, and Nathan, to be fair, is struggling to close that gap. Maybe it's a P3 at best tonight for Nathan now. Which, to be fair, would still be great points and would still close the gap dramatically down to Jeroen. But it could have been so much more, bar some cruel connection for Nathan, who's really struggling to bridge that gap down to J. Luke, who could still see a win in J. Luke. He's not won a race all season, J. Luke. He's yet to win a race this season. But as mentioned, the last time he raced in Baku, it was him that was on the top step of the podium. Can he do that again tonight and score some vital points in the championship for himself and for McLaren? As he hunts down Mark, and he'll be in DRS range of Mark. Again, Nathan, to be fair, has suddenly closed that 3.5 second gap down to 2.6 seconds. So maybe the chance for him with 2 laps to go is not out of the question yet for Nathan, as J. Luke this time looks to get DRS and jump Mark for the race lead, room for a thrilling end to this race with 2 laps to go. All to play for now. There's Nathan's jumping, hasn't it? And J. Luke for now still stuck behind Mark. Nathan's lead gap to the boys are going up to 3 again, so Nathan, you're thinking now his chances to slip away. Hobbsy again, gone past DC. Can he make it sticking for turn? Well, listen, deep last time Hobbsy lost it, but this time looks for now to made it stick to the Ferrari. Has J. Luke's giving it everything here, but he's still stuck behind Mark. He can't seem to get the race lead just yet. Nathan closing the gap, but not enough to J. Luke and Mark to give himself in contention. Now I think Nathan chance to lead her over and he has to settle for P3, which in fairness is a good result. It will close the gap to Jeroen, but it could and probably should have been so much more, bar some cruel connection for Nathan. So it looks like between the Alfa Romeo reserve of Mark and J. Luke here for the win with 1.5 laps to go in what has been a thrilling race here in Edge Racing League Season 5, round number 12 of 14 here on the streets of Baku in Azerbaijan. To be fair to Nathan, it's down to 2.3. He's closing the gap, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think, is it, with only a lap to go. Just going to fall short, I think, on the 2 of them. Look at the battle behind for 4th, though, with Hobbsy, DC and KXI. It's fantastic. Manuel's not a million miles behind either. That's got Liam Craig over his shoulder. Nathan, he's closing that gap down to 2 seconds, but you think now, is it just too little too late now for Nathan? Is this J. Luke's opportunity? Oh, he's hit the wall! He's hit the wall, J. Luke! And his race chances of a win have thrown away, but as that gives Nathan a valuable P2, a valuable result. Jay Luke has thrown it away. He may have even thrown a podium, he's got front left wing damage. He's got another lap to do. Has Jay Luke thrown a podium? Oh, look how slow he's going around that corner. It's a massive mistake after such a great effort from Jay Luke. And you just wonder, has that maybe, just maybe, thrown a podium away as well? As Nathan will fly past him now, you feel here. And he might not win the race, Nathan, now. But I tell you what, he will take a P2. Jay Luke's going to try and fight him, though, even with damage. But I tell you what, Jay Luke could be in trouble here, because Hobbsy and DC are not far behind. And with damage, they're going to be going a lot slower around here. And Jay Luke could be at serious risk here of cruelly losing out on his podium. And Hobbsy may be on for a first podium of the season, but DC and KXI will have something to say about that. Nathan, though, does jump to second. Doesn't look like he's going to get first tonight now, but I tell you what a recovery that is. Still not first, but a P2 tonight. I tell you something, he will take that and he will gain vital ground on your own with 2 rounds to go. It's going to be very tight at the top of the championship. It looks like Mark is going to bring home the win. The reserve of Mark after Jay Luke gets wing damage. The question is, has he got enough in the tank to bring home that P3? I hate to say it, Jay Luke, but Hobbs and DC are starting to really reel you in now. And this is where he'll suffer with damage here. Jay Luke's podium, by no means whatsoever, he's in the lock here. Look how slow he goes round that bend. And I tell you what, Hobbsy, Jay Luke may just, by the skin of his teeth, cling onto this podium. But he's got some drivers that are very quick to catch him. I think he'll just hold on for one more lap and Jay Luke would have been done with. But I think he will manage to crawl home just to bring on the podium. Nathan, to be fair, closing up a lot on Mark, but Mark does bring it home to win the race. Nathan brings home second. Jay Luke in the end just crawls home with him to bring home a podium finish. He jumps Nathan. Wait, what? That's obviously a glitch. Nathan did get second, so ignore that. I say if he had a penalty, did he? That I didn't know about. I don't think he did he? I don't think that's right. No, that's just a glitch. Nathan got second. Oh, what a race. What a race that is. So Mark first, Nathan second, Jay Luke third, Hobbsy fourth, DC fifth, KXI sixth, Mazzles Liam, Swinney and Pio gets a point. Murphy, great effort, but just misses out on a point. What a race in Baku that is. Wow. Oh. I'm shattered. I know Nathan glitched, don't worry, I know he got a P2, it's all good. Oh. Apparently Nathan got a decent with the host. I feel quite guilty as the host now, but not much I could do about that. I'm not sure what happened there, which is a bizarre one. He did manage to bring on P2. I know it's no consolation in the end. He's lost his win, but he gets to bring up P2, and it's a big 7 points loss, but well done to the boys who got a podium. I'm sweating, absolutely sweating. I think driver of the day today for me, tough one. It is a tough one, alright, that's for sure. PO tonight, I think. Hold on to PO. Driver of the day, PO. Great effort from him. There's a few, to be fair. PO, I mean, KXI did a fantastic job and gained a lot of places. Hobbs done a good job tonight on the one stop. I'll decide the driver of the day later. I think I might give it to PO, but I'm going to end the stream now. Apologies to the podium sitters, but I'm really not too well. I need to go to bed. I'm struggling a bit here, so I'm sure they can understand that. I don't like missing out on interviews. But I am struggling here, so I'm sure they can forgive me. Oh, we're into qualifying again. Alright, we're doing it all again. Welcome, Cedric. I will message them just to sort of uh, just to inform them. Oh dear me. Right, apologies to the body, but I'm going to leave it there. I just messaged them to let them know. I'm going to get some rest and go to sleep. Well done to everybody tonight. It was a fantastic race. If you want to see me race around this track tomorrow, please tune into Com Racing League at 8 p.m. tomorrow evening. And then if not, I will see you next Sunday for the penultimate race of the season in Netherlands, where the championship could potentially be won and lost. Good night. Have a great week.